Hello, this is Gradye Parsons. I'm Stated Clerk of the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church, USA. And this is a part of a series on where are we going as a church, where's the future of the church. Today I want to talk to you not as much about where we're going as where we have been and where we are. Frequently when I do this presentation and I show a PowerPoint, on this particular portion I show a very typical red brick church built after the Second World War in the inner ring of suburbs that were created around a lot of cities. It's a sturdy red brick church built one floor up with a long flight of stairs leading into it. There's a memorial clarion bell on top of it. There's grounds that are kept by volunteers in the church, and there's even a tree with a part of the top missing, which I'm sure those church members could all tell us a story when lightning struck that tree. It's a good church. It's a steady church. It's been well taken care of. If we were to go inside, we'd find the pews where people have been sitting for most of their lives. We know, everybody knows exactly where they sit and who sits around them, and they even know who's not sitting there anymore, who's gone on to meet the Lord, who's moved to some other church, who's moved to some other town, whose family's grown up and moved away. We know that church. We know what it feels like. We know what it smells like. We know the story of those hymnals. Downstairs in that church is a fellowship hall, and around those tables people raised their children and they shared their struggles. They prayed each other through illnesses. They helped each other through bereavements. They celebrated parties, they celebrated vacation Bible school, they had wedding receptions, all those things that make up for the life of the church. All that goes on there as part of a fellowship hall. In the sanctuary we would find a font where generations of children have been baptized and grandchildren, a font that has special memories for us as we saw people stand up there and make commitments about their children, and we in the congregation made our own commitments about those children. There's also the table where bread is broken and wine is poured, where we share once again the great feast given to us in Jesus Christ. We know that building, and that building helped shape us, helped make us who we are. We grew up in that building, we grew old in that building, and we had our families and we raised them in that building. Those things that make that place special, those things that make that church special to us, those things will continue no matter what form or shape the church takes in the future. The sense of community, the sense of bonding, the sense of maturing together, the sense of learning life's lessons together, the sense of nursing each other through some of the struggles of life. Those are some of the core things that make a church a church. And those things will continue no matter what form the church takes, no matter what kind of music it sings, what kind of shape the building is, no matter where the church is. Those things are what make a community a community. So we start thinking about the future of the church. We're not talking about something that's going to feel very different to us when we become part of that community. It just may look very different for us from the outside. Next week I want to talk to you about why you're listening to this podcast and about why it's important that we all listen to this together as we continue to have this conversation about where is God taking the church. Thank you.